Hello, welcome to another one. Today we've got Boris Seewald with us. Hey, Boris.
Hello.
Who is a director and editor. Where are you based?
I'm based in Berlin, Germany.
Oh, very nice. Okay, now we're going to be chatting about his film Disco, which is just beautiful. If you haven't seen it yet, you can pause this interview and go take a look. There's a link beneath this so that you can watch it, see what we're talking about, because it's a work of art. It's brilliant. So go watch it now and then come back and we'll talk about just how Boris went about making such a video. Okay, I think they've come back now. So where did the idea come for making something like this? Because I think you normally do a lot of filmmaking, as in with cameras, right?
Yeah, normally I only did so far live action footage film. And it's basically the first animation I did. And the idea was basically, I mean, as an editor, I sit a lot in front of computers. Sometimes the whole day, just screen, keyboard, mouse, that's it. And I felt after a while I needed a hobby, or I needed something different, I felt. And I felt I need something where I do something with my hands, you know? They just do this, you know, keyboard and mouse the whole time. And I felt a need to do something with them, to make them maybe a little bit dirty. And then I was thinking, what could that be? And basically, I'm not an illustrator, I'm not a painter or anything. It's just, in school, last time I was painting, I was basically in high school, but I enjoyed it very much. And my marks weren't too bad. So I thought, just give it, after 10 years not painting, just give it another try. And somehow, when I started, I wasn't completely thinking, oh, this is going to be a video. I was something for myself. Do something new, try out something. And also, I mean, I'm married and I have a kid at home, and I thought, find some activity for the family we could do together. And I thought painting is a great idea.
So you're not the only artist painting
No,
these?
no. We basically, it's me and my wife. We did the paintings, and of course, I did them at home, so just mostly evenings at home. And of course, when you paint, you can't stop your daughter from not painting. So of course, she always wanted to join. And in the beginning, I thought, no, don't do that. It's gonna be, you mess it up, basically. But I couldn't stop her. And after a while, when I did a painting, or my wife, she always joined and took pencils and went over it. And after a while, I thought, actually, the interesting with kids thing is they're more free. They don't think. They don't think when they draw. They don't think that let's go with the emotions that's over the paper. And after a while, I thought, actually, could be an interesting combination, you know, some quite wild drawings in between. I thought that would work out, and apparently it did.
So how old's your daughter?
She's three. She's three now.
3, amazing. So how cool to have her first art in such a film.
I mean, when I started this project with the painting, I needed footage, and what footage can I use? And basically, I used footage from 2 older projects. One is the music video I was just doing before, it's called Spark. And another one is called Conduct. basically it's footage from those projects, but mainly footage which didn't make it into that project. So unused footage from those projects I reused.
And did you piece that together first to the music track, or did that come later?
Both. In the beginning, it was just for fun, just tracing, with not thinking, oh, I was going to be in that part of the movie. And then after a few sequences, I thought, okay, if I want to make some clip out of it, there needs to be some pre-edit, basically. And then I was talking to to the musician Ralf Hildenbeutel, who I work a lot with, just because he was just releasing an album, and I asked him if I can have a listen to tracks of him, and I checked them all out, and then there was this one track I thought that will work for that footage. And then I had the track, and then of course I pre-edited the whole clip, and then I traced them.
So when you say you're tracing them, how did that work on an iPad, or what were you using?
Yeah, it took a lot of research. How I was thinking how I'm gonna rotoscope those images, and I was thinking of different methods, and I was doing some research. And basically, what I did is I went to the hardware tool shop, and I built some little construction. I bought a mini projector, which I put on top of it, and it was projecting the image downwards on the paper. And of course, the movie I exported as an image sequence, and in each sequence I put numbers or notes already in the pre-edit, like the numbers of the frame, obviously, as well as, okay, go wild here, keep it simple here, to get build-ups in the movie. And then I projected them on the paper and painting them. And the same construction was also used for, I put the projector off, and then I put the DSLR camera on it. And afterwards, with a remote control, it was like a machine, just photographing them all. Yeah.
Amazing. Presume people don't know what you're talking about. Can you explain how you then animated it?
Okay. Basically, rotoscoping is there are different ways. In my way, it was I project the image on the paper. I see that live action footage basically on the paper, and I take a pencil. And basically, what I did is the main outlines, I traced them out from the live action footage. And then I put the projector off, then I have the outlines. And after that I go just freestyle, just coloring in or doing some splashes, whatever. And then of course, that image is done, put it out, next paper in, and I put the next frame, in this case, the next second frame. I just did every second frame I traced, projected it on the image, and I painted it. And so again, and then after a while you have loads of images, painted images, and you have basically to have the movement, you know. I wouldn't be able to do it out of my head, especially the movement, you know. So I used the live action footage to basically have a guideline of movement and how much you have to, the arm, let's say if the arm is moving, in what speed. So it's basically every second frame I copied on paper from this live action footage.
And then you import those photographs into, what did you use? What software?
I use Premiere. Adobe Premiere. I imported each sequence. When one sequence was done, I mean, that's how it looks. I have it here ready. This is basically a to-do list, the endless one. Before I started trading, I listed all frames down and made the ticks on it. So which frame do I have? And once a sequence was done, I imported them as an image sequence in the editing software.
So beyond that, there's no other effects that you've used. It is just the that it's like flicking through the book.
Basically, yes. I mean, I did some, because from the photos were not done in one day. It was a sequence by sequence. So doing a whole lot of photos, because what was important for me, I didn't want to do all the paintings and then start importing it. So in between, I imported them to see how it looks like. So I get a feeling how the painting works. So step by step. And of course, the photos were photographed different days. Sometimes the light was different suddenly. Of course, so in the post-production, I had to color correct the images to match them in the saturation or in the highlights and the lowlights.
How many paintings make up this video?
I don't know the exact frame number, but it should be around 1,250.
Amazing. 1,250 paintings. Was there a point when you thought, I wish I had picked a shorter song?
There was a point, and the original song was longer. The song was longer.
Oh, right.
And then after a while, I asked the composer, "Can you please make a shorter version?" It's such a project. It seems endless. It seems never ending. The original song was much longer, and then he chopped it down to just over 2 minutes. And I think that was enough for me.
Yeah.
It was enough.
Hope you're enjoying this conversation. If you are, then subscribe to Red Lemon TV on YouTube. Also to Red Lemon at the website with the newsletter, helping you be more creative and also to make more money and be happier as a business creative as well. Well worth checking out. My name, by the way, is Steve Folland, and I host a podcast called Being Freelance, where I chat to different freelance creatives every single week about being freelance. So if you're into this kind of thing, if you are a freelance creative, please find us as well, beingfreelance.com, or take a look on iTunes. Being Freelance is the podcast where I chat to people each week. All right, let's get back though to this chat. And how long did that take?
It's hard to say, because it's not that I did it every day, but it started during summer last year. Yeah, around May, June, it started. And then there were sometimes weeks where I did every evening, but then there was even a month where I did nothing. It always depends on how much time you have. But basically, almost maybe, not less than a year actually in the end. Well, yeah, almost a year.
It's absolutely brilliant, and I love that it's, as a creative filmmaker, it was something totally different from what you normally did. How has that made you feel now, seeing the response of people loving it?
I was completely overwhelmed. I mean, I did not expect that, to be honest. I mean, one thing is, I felt like this is a new thing I'm trying out. Basically, I've never done this before. It's like first try doing an animation movie, it's first try, first attempt. And then also I must say, if you see your own paintings, with your own work, you're always more critical. And I was wondering, wow, I mean, there's so many great artists out there who are way much better. And I was thinking, I hope it's not going to be bad. I mean, when I see my images, I feel like, I see some images like, I hope they don't see that frame, maybe. And I had no emotion. After the movie was done, I had no feeling where to put it, in which quality level. I had no idea. I had no feeling about it. I had no idea what's going to happen. So I just released it, and I was overwhelmed. I mean, it was a great response from lots of magazines, and it got lots of views. I was really amazed by that. Yeah.
It really is something special. I love that, you know, we're at the stage where we can get computers to do everything, and yet this kind of strips it right back to, you know, to pen on paper, to paint on paper. It's great. Do you have any, you know, are you planning to do anything more like this?
Maybe not now. I need a break. I need a break. Yeah, maybe. I mean, right now I'm in a pre-production of a short film, which is back to completely live action footage. It has nothing to do with that, but let's see. Let's see. I have nothing planned in this direction, but you never know. And I'm curious to go more in the direction. We'll see. But yeah.
Great, Boris. Thanks so much. By the way, we'll put links to Boris's website. You've got to check out his other filmmaking as well. It's very, in fact, for that matter, as a creative, you know, if you're watching this and you're a freelance creative, for example, his website's amazing. Go take a look. It's an inspiration in itself as a portfolio site. But Boris, thanks so much. Vielen Dank, and good luck for the future.
All right, thank you very much.